Bonjour, everybody, and welcome back to Ordinary Adventures.
Today, we are visiting Disneyland Paris for the first time ever. We are excited to explore our final Disney Castle Park with you, and boy, oh boy, is this castle beautiful. Complete with a dragon in the caves underneath it. Come with us as we experience some of the park's most unique attractions, from their version of the Haunted Mansion, Phantom Manor, and the coolest version of Big Thunder Mountain ever created. Of course, we'll try some food around the park, including eating at Walt's restaurant on Main Street, and we'll end the night with one of the best fireworks shows. Why don't you come with us on this adventure? Last 2 years, we've been to every Disney park in the world. The last one is Disneyland Paris, and we're finally here at Disneyland Paris Park.
We're finally here! Oh my gosh, the castle is so beautiful. Wow.
I know.
It is so much prettier than I even imagined. I've seen photos, I've seen videos, but nothing prepares you for seeing it in real life. We've been to every single Disney castle around the world. How amazing is that?
Yes, you've collected all the Infinity Gems.
I have.
So the thing about Paris that we know, and we've heard many times before, it's the most beautiful park, that it has some unique attractions that aren't available anywhere else, and it might have the worst food of any park. So we're gonna see if all three of those are true today.
Yeah. But I think the first thing we need to do is go visit the dragon underneath the castle, right?
Oh, for sure.
Right?
And by the way, we're staying at a Disney hotel, so that means we got in an hour early. So we have some time with the low crowds right now.
Yeah, and it might look like I'm crying. That's because I am. Well, also the sun was in my eyes, but it's like a combination of both.
Yeah.
So I'm very emotional being here. This is a dream come true.
So busy looking at that huge castle that I didn't see that Main Street is so very different. There's a billboard up there that's like smoking. Smoke's coming out of the teacup. And Walt has his own restaurant here on the second floor. We're gonna eat there a little bit later. I am so excited to explore all of this. I should also mention that the Disneyland Hotel here is right inside the park. Like, you go under it to go into the park. Maybe next time. I mean, if there is a next time, if we come back, we'll have to stay there.
They have these moving statues in the hub of a bunch of different Disney characters, and it just brings so much energy and life and whimsy and fun to this area. I'm obsessed. And I just gotta say, I think it's really funny whenever we get early access, like through the hotel, we never like run to a ride. We always just like do the lamest thing. We're like, let's take 1,000,000 photos of these statues and then go see the dragon.
It is beautiful and huge. But I think what does it for me is this hillside on the left. It has a bunch of these square-shaped trees. It just looks like a fantasy land. So we're going into the cave underneath the castle, and
it's so dark in here.
It's hard to see.
I know. Wow, it's so creepy. Oh, I see him.
That was cool.
It is so creepy in here. This dragon is just trying to sleep, man. And everybody's bothering him. I can't believe, how dark it is. I can barely see.
I know. Staring at the dragon. This is like one of the coolest things we've ever seen in a Disney park, and we would know because we've been in all of them.
Yeah, we're experts because we've been to all of them.
How crazy is it that there's a a dragon underneath the castle.
This is, oh my god. It keeps scaring me, but it's funny when we knew we were coming to this park, I was like, this is the first thing that we're doing. So I'm happy this is the first thing that we're doing.
Craziest thing about that dragon is it's a full-size dragon. It's not just the head. You can actually see its wings moving, you can see its tail moving. I am just so impressed by the dragon underneath the castle. The castle's not too bad either.
I think I like Disneyland Paris.
I think if we had a list of the top things we wanted to see here, it would be the castle with the dragon, Phantom Manor, and Big Thunder Mountain. Unfortunately, Big Thunder Mountain has been closed for refurbishment, but it reopens today.
Yes!
So we get to go on that.
And number 4, a glass of champagne on Main Street.
Yeah.
Those are the things that we must do today.
Priorities.
Yes.
Okay, we must have found Frontierland because we found some Native American teepees. And you know what's in Frontierland? Their version of the Haunted Mansion, which is called Phantom Manor.
This is such a good entrance to Frontierland. They have this whole little fort area, and it just opens up to the sights of Big Thunder Mountain.
There are so many things about this park that are just like better. So instead of Tom Sawyer Island, Big Thunder Mountain is on the island. It goes under the water and goes to the island. And over in the corner there of Frontierland is their haunted mansion. It's called Phantom Manor. And it's supposedly like scarier?
Yeah, I heard it's spookier, and there's like extra scenes that we don't have back home. Wow, you see this?
Yeah.
Look at the sign. This is even scarier. That's so creepy. What is that? It's like a vampire devil man?
Look at these creepy trees in front of the mansion. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is this the best mansion from the outside? Because the outside of it looks cool.
It looks pretty creepy. I'm a fan of the OG at Disneyland personally. I think that's because what I grew up with, but this is pretty good. It's unlike any other one.
It's crazy. It only has a 5-minute wait. And once you get to the porch of the Phantom Manor, you can actually see Big Thunder Mountain from the porch. This park's nuts.
She once lived in this house. Phantom Manor a connu des jours heureux. Mais les temps ont changé. Now, curious soul, come. I have more to show you. These creak in doorless chambers. Lorsque d'étranges et d'inquiétants bruits se font entendre tout autour. Perhaps you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Hélas, les choses ne sont pas toujours ce qu'elles paraissent. Pire de posséder.
I already love how much more creepy this is. The changing portraits, so good. And I like that we're in Frontierland. Like, it's different than being in New Orleans Square.
Of fright, we summon you now to dance through the night. Esprits et fantômes, sur vos fiers destriers, escortés dans la nuit la belle. Summon you now to dance through the night.
Welcome. All our ghosts have been dying to meet you.
So my first impressions is very dark in there. Way darker than our Haunted Mansion in the US.
And you know what was completely different? The music. The only time the music was the same is like there's a brief part where they do the Grim Grinning Ghost, but like the soundtrack throughout it is completely different. It's a vibe. And then obviously the final like set piece, instead of like you're at a graveyard, you're like underground, like in the crypts underground, and then you're like in this old western town with like all these creepy like old-timey ghosts.
Yeah, and you actually get to see the ghost host guy. He takes off his head.
Oh, I
That was
missed
cool.
that.
You missed it?
Yeah, we need to go again.
Yeah.
I feel like I was like looking everywhere that there was stuff that I'm sure that I missed. The plot is more about the bride and then I guess like her phantom lover?
Yeah.
Or I don't know, but she was creepy. And I just like couldn't get over like when we went underground and then ended up in this western town.
That was my favorite part for sure. Question is, after one ride, how does this rank amongst the Haunted Mansions?
I think it's close to the top, right?
I think I like Mystic Manor more in Hong Kong.
Yes, I
Because
mean
it has
that's
a cute
completely
monkey.
different. Yeah.
It is completely different. But if you take that aside, I think this might be my favorite.
Yeah, it's just so different.
Although I love the original.
I know.
Don't make me choose.
The music
I asked the
in this
question,
one-
but don't make
But
me
the
choose.
music in this one is so good. All the stretching room portraits are different. Like all the portraits when you first walk in and they like change are different. It's just so unique. Okay, let's go on it again.
I love it.
We were just standing here admiring Big Thunder Mountain go by. There's this part where it dips down and like a big splash of water happens and it creates a rainbow. Like Rainbow Ridge. Do you think they planned that?
I don't think they planned that. So we went back to Main Street because we're going to catch the parade. On Main Street, they have the Market House Deli. And in there, I went and got the Croque Monsieur. And I got the one with turkey. They have one with ham, and they also have one with turkey. I know the one with ham is more traditional. So our first Croque Monsieur at Disneyland Paris. Let's try this out. This is actually pretty good. I don't know what people are saying about the bad Disneyland Paris food, but it's like sourdough bread, and they have cheese melted on top of it, and then it's a mixture of cheese and turkey inside. Right now we're waiting for our premiere access for the parade, which I'm not even sure if we needed, but we bought it because we're here. And I'd give this like a 4 out of 5. This is a solid snack.
I feel like you can't go wrong with meat and cheese and then extra cheese on top. Yeah, this is good. 4 out of 5.
I will say, as good as this is, nowhere near as good as the Jolly Holiday combo at Disneyland. So for most of the shows here at Disneyland Paris, they offer premium access. So for this parade, you paid 19 euros per person. That's like $23 American probably. And you get access to watch the parade right in front of the castle.
The show hasn't started yet, but I'm not sure if this is worth it. Because like when you go to Tokyo, like everybody sits. Here, everybody stands and like puts their kids on their shoulders. So I don't know if we didn't know. So who knows? Maybe this will be amazing.
parade was super cute, and I was surprised by some of the elements. Like at one point they had the Wheel of Death, and they had Peter Pan and the Lost Boys on this like swing boat thing.
Yeah, that was really cool. A lot of the costumes were so unique and beautiful and very like French. My only complaint is it felt a little bit short.
Yeah.
And you really don't need to pay for the reserved viewing because I could barely see it from where we were.
I will say pay for it if you want photos or video in front of the castle because I got some amazing shots. But other than that, I think you could show up like an hour before and stand anywhere.
Yeah, I think you could see it pretty much from everywhere. The floats are super tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
You got to see, a bee. Get ran away, there was a bee.
I think my favorite float was the first one with all the classic Disney characters. I got to see Chippendale and they're like steampunk, kind of like French outfits. Loved it.
Speaking of steampunk, we're gonna go to their version of Tomorrowland, which is called Discoveryland. And it's kind of like a steampunk Jules Verne version of Tomorrowland, and I kind of love it. I wish they kind of stuck with it because Hyperspace Mountain obviously used to be a roller coaster that was like the steampunk roller coaster, and now it has like a Star Wars overlay that it seems like no one seems to like. I'm hoping I'm gonna like it because, you know, we love Star Wars here in this family.
I've heard that it's really intense. It's not like a normal Space Mountain, it's actually like an intense roller coaster that like goes upside down, has like a launch. I'm still undecided if I'm actually gonna go on it, but I'll at least walk the queue with you. And then I'll decide once I get to the front. How does that sound?
Isn't that balloon ship over there?
I know. I love like all the gold and stuff. It's like Bizarro World, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like our Tomorrowland, but just like very different.
I kind of wish our Tomorrowland was more like steampunkish. We'd like to thank Rosetta Stone for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Rosetta Stone is the best way to learn a new language. As you know, we've been using Rosetta Stone to help learn Japanese. And one of the great things about Rosetta Stone's lifetime subscription is it gives you lifetime access with any of the 25 languages that Rosetta Stone offers. So when this Paris trip came up last minute, we used Rosetta Stone to learn some language basics for our trip. Learning a few words and phrases will earn you a lot of respect, and you'll get a much warmer response. One of the best features it has is called phrase books, and this helps you learn and practice the most useful everyday phrases, words, expressions. It's awesome. One of the great things about Rosetta Stone is it teaches you a new language in an immersive and intuitive way, so you learn faster, you retain more, because it's interactive. Bonjour. See, it's not only easy, it's fun, and I love that they use true accent technology. This lets you hone in on the pronunciation of things so you don't sound like a tourist, you sound more like a native speaker. And right now, Rosetta Stone is offering an exclusive deal off their lifetime subscription for over 60% off. All you do to start your language journey is click on the link in the description below or scan the QR code right here. Thank you to Rosetta Stone, and now back to our adventure.
Of course, over here at Disneyland Paris, they have their own specialty popcorn buckets. I love that it's like the shape of Mickey, but he's wearing a beret and like Parisian stripes to make it French.
So I didn't realize that the load station for this ride is outdoors.
Yeah.
And there's a sign up that says Baltimore Gun Club.
Yeah, it seems like the old premise of this ride before they changed it to Star Wars was maybe like you're getting shot out of a cannon or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or I don't know. That's like what I gather because there's like, it has a cannon on it. I don't know.
That was a lot of fun. I think you could have handled it. It was intense, but I would say it's like Incredicoaster intense. The only part that like might bother you is you can't really see where you're going, so you don't really see the loop coming, or there's like kind of like this spiral kind of inversion kind of thing in there, but very minimal on the Star Wars. You can't really see much of the projection.
So is it your favorite Space Mountain?
I wish I could have experienced this before it was Hyperspace Mountain.
Yeah.
I wish it was like a little bit more lit up in there, like there was more like of the, you know, star projections and stuff like that. But it was awesome. So over in Discoveryland, they have a theater that's showing Mickey's PhilharMagic, and of course we've experienced this many times in many different parks, so I don't think we're going to experience it here. But I think it's strange that they have this in their version of Tomorrowland, because it's not very it's nothing about it that's like Tomorrow. I also think it's funny that they have this grass hill behind Space Mountain and everybody's just hanging out there hiding in the shade.
So we decided to stop at Rocket Cafe because I saw that they had a Darth Vader, a Stormtrooper, and a Boba Fett waffle. You could either get it with Nutella or sugar. You know that I love myself a good Disney waffle. I gotta say, this waffle looks very unique. Let's say that. It's like burnt, but it's like soggy at the same time. I don't know. Be very careful holding these because Peter already dropped one. We had to go buy another one. Okay, so as far as Disney like Mickey waffles go, this is not my favorite. This kind of just tastes like an Eggo waffle, maybe a little bit better than an Eggo waffle, but it's like also has a burnt taste to it because they burnt it. But yeah, the sugar doesn't really add much. I probably should have got Nutella. That probably would have helped it a little bit. But I'm sad to report this is probably like the worst Disney waffle that I've had. I don't know if I'd like get it again. Or if I did, I guess I'd get Nutella.
It's funny, at these stands, they actually sell Ben & Jerry's and bonbons, which you'd never see in the States. But I ended up getting myself some chicken, what do they call them?
I don't know, chicken nuggets?
And they look interesting. Honestly, not bad. It has like a tempura kind of fried batter on it, and it's cooked well on the inside. I mean, for chicken nuggies,
It looks good.
I'd give it a 4 out of 5. To be honest, nothing special, but they're hitting the spot right now when I needed some kind of nutrients. I just realized that the building that Balloon Ship is going through is Videopolis, which we used to have in Disneyland. And they have like shows here, but also there's like seating for you to eat food indoors.
Yeah, it's nice and air conditioned in there and tons of seating.
And toilets.
And toilets.
That's how we discovered. Just had to go.
I had to use the toilets.
Let's take a little bit of a break and head up to the X-Wing. They have created a bar up there. It's called Lounge Lightspeed. And I think you can order a drink, either cocktails or Coke, and enjoy some Star Wars atmosphere.
One of the Stormtroopers is speaking French and the other one is speaking English. That's amazing. And the fact that they're playing like Oga's Cantina music up here is so good.
We believe you've been conspiring with the Resistance. Is that true?
Yeah, you caught me.
Will you agree to turn over your fellow traitors?
I will never. Sorry.
We'll let the General know.
Okay.
He'll be disappointed.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
Okay. Can we get a photo still?
Affirmative.
So apparently you come up here, you buy a non-alcoholic beverage, like I have one right here, a non-alcoholic cocktail, and you get to meet some Star Wars characters and hang out in the shade. It's basically an upcharge to hang out in the shade, but it's kind of cool because you're listening to Oga's Cantina music. You get some biscuits, you get a boarding pass. I'm not sure if this gets us on Star Tours or not.
That would be cool if it did.
And you also, did you see this ice cube?
Yeah, it looks cool.
It has a star speeder on it. I don't know. This is cool. Kitra actually did get alcohol. She got herself some champagne. But I just got myself a non-alcoholic cocktail, a mocktail is what they call it. Not very good. But I've been enjoying the shade for a few minutes.
It's worth it for the ice cube.
And I heard that Rex is over there. So not only can you meet the Stormtroopers and Chewbacca, but they also occasionally have the BDX droids. They were going to come out in like an hour, but we bought Premier Access for Big Thunder Mountain. So we're going to head over there right now.
I think it's like a really fun idea, especially if you get a glass of champagne. It's only like 20 euros and you get to sit there, drink your champagne, and like see Star Wars characters. I wish like the drinks were better and like the snacks were better because the biscuits were not good at all. But it's fun that you can meet Chewbacca and see the droids, and I don't know, if we have time, I'd love to go back there and like see the droids at some point. So inside Videopolis, it looks like you get a burger Yoda and a C-3PO macaron.
For a second there, I thought it said Baby Yoda.
I know, from a distance, I thought it was Baby Yoda and I screamed, but it's just old Yoda. Oh, we should have done that. What the heck?
Wow! Wow! Whoopsie daisy! Hiya, folks! Ready for some maestro magic?
Woo!
A 1, a 2, let's make some music, yahoo! Gosh, well, that's not supposed to happen. That's better. Oh, come on now. Ouch. Okay, Baton, you're fired. Told you I was a maestro. Gosh, was that a tuba or my tummy? Oh, now cut that out. You're stealing my spotlight.
Remember when they used to do that in Disney California Adventure in front of World of Color? By the way, the balloon that's in Disney Village actually goes above and you can see into Disneyland. I think that's a lot cooler than the one in Disney Springs.
We made our way back to Frontierland because we're gonna go on Big Thunder Mountain, and we're walking by this little cafe here, and I saw that they had Doritos, like nachos. They have a bunch of different varieties, but it seems like they're just plain Doritos, which is just a tortilla chip. I was really excited because I thought it was like actual Doritos with the spices and stuff.
It's funny because the actual Doritos were invented in Disneyland and Frontierland.
Yeah, so I got really excited. I was like, oh, that's kind of fun, but I think it's just like tortilla chips with crappy cheese on top. I don't know.
You ready?
I'm so ready. So ready. I cannot wait.
Oh no.
Oh my god, the part at the end when you go through the cave to get back like under the water and it's just like dark, that was kind of scary. Oh my god, that was so fun.
I am shook. That is amazing. That is by far the best Big Thunder Mountain that we've been on, and we've been on them all. I like that it has the finale from the Disneyland version with the dynamite going off, but I think my favorite part is actually like the darkness when you go underneath the water over to the island. I loved it. I didn't realize how much I was gonna fall in love with Frontierland here at Disneyland Paris. Like, they have the best Big Thunder Mountain of all time. They have Phantom Manor, which is one of the best haunted mansions. And it's just like one of the best Frontierlands.
I think it is the best Frontierland.
And you could buy this print framed for $90. I wonder if this is like an art piece that someone did, or is this concept art? Whatever it is, it's beautiful. Coco has its own themed Mexican restaurant here. I kind of want to try all the restaurants, even though I know most of them are not good. Oh my god, there's Cowboy Goofy. I didn't know that Goofy had a cowboy outfit.
We're walking through Adventureland and we walked by this gift shop and I found the cutest little shoulder pets. But did you know that their names in French are actually Tick and Tack instead of Chip and Dale?
I had no idea.
Tick and Tack.
Which one's tick and which one's tack?
Good question. This one's tack, obviously, and this one's tick.
Look at this. Their treehouse is surrounded by water. I think the thing I like about this park is it's so recognizable to like the stuff we have in the States, but it's different enough that it's like exciting to explore. How cool is this? They not only have the pirate ship, but they got Skull Rock.
Yeah.
You can go inside
It's awesome. I will tell you though, there are a lot of spider webs in there. Real spider webs, not props. So it was a little bit concerning for me going in there. So be on the lookout. But it is really cool.
Speaking of pirates, next up we're gonna go on Pirates of the Caribbean. I hear it's significantly different here. The exterior of the facade is like a Caribbean fortress. It's kind of cool.
Rendez-vous, tas de font rien! Hissez le drapeau blanc! Tu parlais, Vermine? C'est de l'or que je veux! Qui dit mieux? Une fois?
Okay, this version of Pirates of the Caribbean is interesting. First off, you go by not Blue Bayou, but Captain Jack's restaurant, and it looked better than Blue Bayou, but I hear the food there is not as good.
Well, yeah, nothing could beat the Monte Cristo sandwich at Blue Bayou.
Yeah, and this one had not one, but two drops.
Yeah, and they both took me by surprise. It started off in the jail scene, and then you were plummeted down to like the cannonball scene, and the fire town part was like way more big and elaborate.
Yeah, it's interesting because in Disneyland and Disney World, you start off with like the pirates all being dead. Mm-hmm. Here, they're alive and they're thriving, and then at the end, you see them dead.
Yeah, and there was like a really creepy like zombie pirate at the end, which was kind of took me by surprise. I feel like everything in Paris, all the rides that are like similar to the ones we have back home, are like just darker and a little bit creepier.
Yeah, and this one also had two pirates that were sword fighting.
Yeah, that was really cool.
We don't have that.
And then there was like a lot of the same animatronics that we have back home, but there was one guy on top of the bridge when you're going under it, and he had like a bottle, and it had water in it, and it would like pour out.
Oh, really?
Like actual water.
I didn't see that.
But yeah, I don't remember seeing that before. Anyways, random. But yeah, that was a great Pirates.
Yeah, I like this Pirates. How does it compare against the other ones? Better than Walt Disney World, is better than Disneyland.
Not better than Shanghai.
And not better than Shanghai. So the third best.
Or Japan. Japan's on the very bottom.
It's 5 p.m. and right now we're headed back to Main Street to go to Walt's, an American restaurant. We have a reservation there. Even though it's 5 p.m., it's a lunch reservation because lunch runs until I think 7 p.m. and then they do dinner here in Paris. It's kind of they like to eat dinner late here. But Walt's is dedicated to the man himself, Walt Disney. I like this place. It's very classy. It reminds me of a combination of Club 33 and Carthay Circle. They have a lot of like artifacts from Walt's career, a lot of like things framed on the wall. And we've just been sat at our table, which is overlooking Main Street. It would be great to have this table during the parade because you could like watch the parade from your seat.
And they handed us our menu, and there's a ton of different cocktails and mocktails. Did you know that the mimosa was invented in Paris in 1925?
I had no idea.
You might have to order one just because.
I like that many of the cocktails here are related to Walt's. They have the mint julep, obviously. And they also have Shirley Temple, you know, Walt's relationship to Shirley Temple. And they have a sweet Main Street, which has cotton candy. It says candy floss. I think that's what they call it over here. But it's candy floss syrup and candy floss on top. I'm not sure how that's related to. So for lunch here, they have Walt's menu, which is a prefix menu for 55 euros. You get a starter, a main course, and a dessert. And it's interesting because every single item on here is somehow inspired by Walt. Every dish here is inspired by Walt in some way. Like some dishes are just stuff that was from his home in Missouri. This dish right here is devised by his family housekeeper of 30 years. And one is dedicated to Ron Miller, Walt's son-in-law. So like they all have like a story. But it's interesting, I don't know what to get. I love reading these descriptions. This one says, Walt loved chicken, be it roasted or fried, so long as it came with gravy and just one vegetable as a side.
After finding out that the mimosa was invented here in Paris, I had to order it. Perfect ratio, champagne to orange juice. I like mine a little bit more champagne heavy, and this one is, but also so refreshing, so bubbly. Wee wee.
For my drink, I ended up getting the mint julep just because I think I've only once actually had an alcoholic mint julep. I've only had like the fake one that's at Disneyland, and the presentation is you know, as you expect mint julep. This cup is like so cold.
Yeah, it looks cold.
Okay, here it goes. It tastes like someone brushed their teeth and then spit it back into here and added some alcohol.
Oh, so you don't like it?
You know what? My face was probably a lot worse than it is. I would give it like a 2 out of 5. I'll just stick to the fake ones. I was just in the hallway and they have a concept art painting by Tony Baxter of Discoveryland. It has the airship coming out of the building. It has the Nautilus. I wish I could buy a print of this. It was like beautiful. Why doesn't Disneyland have a restaurant like this on Main Street? Like on the 2nd floor?
I know. That would be so cool.
I know. Like I feel like Club 33 should be there and not where it actually is. Because like this is so cool.
So I was looking at Peter's photos because we take photos of the menu so we could say what the food is. And this is what I found in his camera roll.
I don't know. Where even is that? What? I don't know. I don't remember that happening.
So for my starter, I got the Waldorf salad. This has cheese, lemon, and thyme vinaigrette. And this was one of the salads that Walt loved to eat. It was even in the list attached to his fridge at home. So this was something that was always in his fridge. He loved it. And I love that. This looks like fancy though. Look at like all that cheese. So this is definitely a little bit of a bougie take on a Waldorf salad. The extra cheese in there is almost like a blue cheese. So it has that kind of flavor, which I wasn't expecting. Normally it's just like grapes, celery, apples. One of the best things that we've eaten today so far, to be honest. I give this like a 4 out of 5, not bad.
For my starter, I ended up getting the chicken pot pie. According to the menu, this classic American dish made back in the day by a Disney family cook gets a French touch with a croissant pastry shell.
Ooh.
This is probably one of the best chicken pot pies I've ever had. To be fair, I haven't had a lot. Probably had like 4 or 5. But I think the croissant, the flakiness, just like elevates it. It's funny because when we booked this, I knew that this restaurant served like Walt's favorite dishes, and I thought that's what it was. But now I realize it's kind of like modern or unique takes on his favorite dishes. And I kind of like that even better.
And for my main course, I got the mac and cheese. This has pasta, cheddar, cheese sauce, pastrami, and shiitake mushrooms. And it is beautiful. And in case you're wondering, there was no story about Walt and mac and cheese. I picked the one main course that didn't have like a story with it. I'm sorry, I do apologize.
I'm sure he liked mac and cheese.
Yeah, this looks like very fancy. What kind of noodles are those?
We were just talking like if we became famous like Walt Disney.
And we had like foods that was our legacy.
Because his legacy is like chili.
Chili, yeah.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs. I feel like mine would be avocado toast. What would yours be?
See, if you had a park, like every year they would have like the avocado festival.
I'm a big avocado girl. It's my favorite food. This is unlike any mac and cheese that I've ever had before. The pasta noodles are so fresh. The cheese sauce is very watery, and it's a little bit salty because of the pastrami. Not my favorite, to be honest. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Kraft mac and cheese, just like slightly bougier. I'd probably give it like a 2.5 out of 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's okay.
So for my main course, I got the chili con carne. This has tortilla chips, cheddar, creme fraiche, red onion, coriander, white rice, and kidney beans. And the menu says that the two are inseparable, said Ron Miller. That's Walt's son-in-law. He loved chili, and his favorite recipe was served at Chasen's in Beverly Hills. This deconstructed favorite comes with a can of chili, which apparently Walt used to carry around with him as he like traveled the world. He wanted to have some kind of meal on him, so in his bag he'd carry a can of chili and he'd just make the chili in the can. He didn't want to clean up after him, like with dishes and stuff like that. So this is a tribute to Walt Disney. I really like the deconstructed presentation of this, but mixed all together, it really just tastes like a good chili. I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 5 feeders. As for what would they be serving at Peterland? what would Peter's famous, probably cheese ravioli.
Okay, that's a good choice. He does love a good cheese ravioli.
Either that or Peter's famous Panda Express orange chicken.
Or Oreos.
Or Oreos.
My dessert, I got the Flower Street Sundae. This is a nod to the address of this restaurant, but most importantly, it's actually a nod to Disney Imagineering, which is on Flower Street in Glendale, California. This is really simple. It's like a caramel ice cream, a strawberry ice cream, and a vanilla ice cream.
For my dessert, I ended up getting a pineapple upside down cake with vanilla infused creme fraiche. And the menu says, pineapple is one of Walt's favorite fruits. Walt loved pie. This recipe mixes the two.
I mean, straight to the point.
This is simple, sweet, refreshing. I like it quite a bit. I give it like a 3.75 out of 5. Main Street here is like so familiar, but so different. Like over here, they have the Main Street Transportation Company. And I think that's probably where they store all the Main Street vehicles when they're not in use. And they have these arcades on either side of Main Street. It's kind of like a side alley to Main Street. You can access all the stores. It's almost like the old covered passages of Paris. Like it's like a little indoor mall to protect you from the rain and the snow, because it does rain and snow here. So we're walking through this arcade and they have posters up of the future as if we're like in the early 1900s and what it would look like to be like in Los Angeles in
1996. I like what it looks like in St. Louis in 1999 and what New Orleans looks like. I wish it actually looked like that.
I love this like retro futurism.
Yeah.
I want to know the story behind this. Now I need to get like a book on the history of Disneyland Paris, because now I need to know like why? I need to know why.
If you look over here to Atlantic City, you can see this lovely woman wearing what seems to be like some sort of flying device. Why did that never happen? Come on, give me wings.
I wish both Disneyland and Disney World had these. I know we both kind of have a back alley that kind of open when there's like a parade or something going on.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near as themed as this. Yeah. This is just like, I'm dumb and I saw the word arcade and I thought maybe there'd be like arcade games in here. I didn't realize it was just a walkway. It's just a very, very highly themed walkway. Look, there's a car in there. There's a place called Main Street Motors. I think it's just like a gift shop, but that's crazy. Did I just become a bucket hat girly? Or what? What do we think? Would you be mad that I'm like copying your style?
It's not my style.
It is your, Peter, accept it. It is. We just walked into the Boardwalk Candy Palace and it smells like chocolate in here. Like straight up. I'm like not hungry at all, but I kind of want to get like a sweet treat just being in here.
Okay, so this Mickey Disneyland Paris hoodie is actually pretty cute. I actually might buy this. There's a lot more Disneyland Paris merch than I thought there was going to be. We did a video the other day when we were at Disney Village showing a lot of the merch, so if you haven't seen that, go watch that video.
We're in one of the stores and I just looked up and there's like animatronics in here. They're like in a hot air balloon, I think, and they're waving at us.
We were searching the Disneyland Paris app for a ride that didn't have a long wait time, and we found this one. I didn't recognize the name, but apparently it's the Snow White ride, and I think this is the old version where it was like Snow White's Scary Adventures, and I don't remember what that ride even was, so we're gonna go on it right now.
Magique sur le mur. Ainsi d'être
Prenez la jolie pomme bien jetée.
I think that's exactly the original ride that was in Disneyland. It's also funny how few times Snow White actually appears. I think in the original ride she didn't appear at all. You were Snow White, but I think they added her to the first scene and the last scene. The last scene one, she's like,
She's like, thing that I was looking forward to most today was getting a glass of champagne on Main Street. This is something that you could only do at Disneyland Paris. It's 20 euros. And look at this special collector's cup. It also comes with a special like Disneyland Paris champagne. It is so beautiful. Like, I'm so happy. I know that I've had champagne like 2 other times today, but third time's a charm. And I'm finally gonna drink my champagne on Main Street. And the lady working there, she even gave me like the bottled topper. So I think she saw that we were like filming. she's like, you want it? I'm like, okay. So cheers.
It's cool that they make a special champagne just for
Disneyland and you have the
Paris.
special cup. And this is like a nice plastic too. It's like hard. It's not flimsy, very sturdy.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like one of those like, oh, you use it once or whatever, but like this is actually like a good souvenir cup.
Yeah. So we're gonna need 2 of them. So when we come back one of the other days, I'm gonna have to get another one, just saying. I need a set. 5 out of 5. It actually is really good. It's not too like dry. It's super bubbly. I don't know how to describe champagne, but I'm so happy.
Now you're
this
making
is all
me
I
think...
wanted all day. You should have got one.
I know, and now you're making me think I should have got one.
I know, we should. Well, I need a matching like set, so we're gonna have to get another one eventually.
I don't think there's any place else at any castle park that you can drink champagne right in front of the castle.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is what makes Disneyland Paris special. This is one of the things I was most excited about. Don't make fun of me. But yeah, finally got it.
It's 10 o'clock p.m. and the sun has just begun to set behind the castle here at Disneyland Paris. We're here in late June and it doesn't get dark until like 10:30 p.m., which means their castle show, their fireworks show, does not start until 10:40 p.m., which is kind of crazy. So if you're wondering, we did pay for Disney Premier Access to get seating for this show. It was 24 euros, which is like $28 each American. I feel like we're like 4 rows back from the castle.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I think this
no.
one's worth it, where the other one might not have been.
Yeah.
I've landed on a strange planet with a formidable fortress. We need to secure the area. Not today, sir. Doctor, send reinforcements. The real magic is in our friendship. To infinity and beyond!
Our curiosity leads us all to look for magic.
On a souvent tendance à chercher la magie. Mais de temps en temps, c'est la magie qui nous trouve.
But every once in a while, magic finds us.
see. He lives in you.
What's happening? Where are we going?
And so the story goes. Real magic lives inside us all.
Alors, partez à sa recherche et répandez-la autour de vous.
Find your magic, embrace it, and pass it on.
That show was spectacular. I would love to see some drones come stateside to Disneyland or Magic Kingdom.
I know that show had it all. It had projection, it had lasers, it had fire, it had water. It was so good. It was just as good as I thought it was going to be. I loved it.
Disneyland Paris, I think, surprised us in many ways. Has some top rides that we weren't expecting, I think, to love as much as we did.
Yeah. I had a great day. I'm so tired.
The sit-down food was great. The quick serve food was a mixed bag. We're gonna see if we like it more in the coming days. We have more videos coming from Disneyland Paris, so if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to see more of our Disney Paris adventures, put them right over there. I want to say thank you to some of our Patreons. That includes
Lisa, Andrea, and Random Recess. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
We'll see you on the next adventure.